This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. People across Anchorage, Alaska are continuing to clean up and assess damage after Friday's 7.0 magnitude earthquake. Anchorage and the surrounding area will receive $5 million in federal funds to fix roads and bridges. In addition to other damage, the quake caused roads to buckle, crack, and break up. It's being called the most significant earthquake in the city since one in 1964. Railroad officials are assessing damage to the railway between Anchorage and Fairbanks. Train service north is halted. The quake was declared a state and federal disaster, opening up the possibility for more financial assistance. The Anchorage Assembly voted to extend its emergency declaration to Tuesday night. The original declaration would have expired Sunday morning. It allows the city to continue running its emergency operations center, allow overtime, and to purchase necessary items. Schools are closed while the district makes repairs. The first day back is expected to be December 10th, but some students may have to return to alternative sites. Aftershocks continued through the weekend. The Hopi tribe lost its claim to prevent a ski resort's use of wastewater for snowmaking on peaks the tribe holds sacred. The Arizona Supreme Court last week sided with the Snow Bowl, which uses machine-made snow on the San Francisco peaks. The Hopi tribe claimed special injury to the tribe's culture and religion, which the court rejected. The tribe told the Arizona Republic it was disappointed with the ruling. The Hopi tribe and other tribes have long fought Snow Bowl, including its expansion and snowmaking practice. Parts of the plains got a blast of winter weather over the weekend as the region greeted December with freezing rain, heavy snow, and strong winds. Officials are encouraging people to prepare for the winter weather. South Dakota Public Broadcasting's Gary Ellenbolt reports.
Weather forecasters had been watching a system come together for much of the week. The severe storm reached the plains on Friday. Jeff Chapman with the National Weather Service in Sioux Falls says parts of the region received a heavy dose of snow that fell most of the weekend.
Well, it looks like the worst of the snowfall occurred from portions of central Nebraska towards south central and South Dakota, where amounts were varied anywhere from 9 to as high as 15 to 16 inches.
Wagner, South Dakota, on Yankton Sioux tribal land, ended up with 10 inches of snow. Large snow totals also reached the Rosebud and Pine Ridge reservations in southern South Dakota. Chapman says a winter storm of this strength is not unheard of this early in the season.
It's actually a system that works up that way every so often during the winter months. It's not unusual by any means, especially for later November. We're into a fairly active time usually in the overall pattern as you get later into the fall and early into the winter months. Winter officially began, meteorologically speaking, on December 1st, so this system was right on time.
Chapman says there's not a lot of precipitation in this week's forecast, but he says a cold pattern is on its way. He says wind chill readings could reach 5 to 10 below zero by late this week. For National Native News, I'm Gary Ellenbold.
In Canada, the Sixties Scoop settlement has been approved by courts and people can now apply for compensation. The settlement is for First Nation and Inuit children who were taken from their homes and placed in foster care with non-Indigenous families. The Sixties Scoop class action against the federal government included claims of loss of identity, culture, and language among Native children. The government estimates 20,000 people will split $750 million. Millions more will go to attorneys' fees and a healing fund. I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced at the Annenberg National Native Voice Studios by Kawanak Broadcast Corporation. Funding is by Odawi Law Group, provider of Indian law solutions, and by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, with support from the Public Radio Satellite System.
Support for journalism that raises the awareness of child well-being to citizens and to policymakers provided by the Annie E. Casey Foundation, building a brighter future for children, families, and communities. Information at aecf.org.
And by the law offices of Sonosky, Chambers, Saxe, Miller, and Monkman, a national tribal rights law firm with offices in Washington, D.C., New Mexico, California, and Alaska, and online at sonosky.com.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.